Hello everyone, I'm Claire Spencer. I'm the Chief Executive of Arts Centre Melbourne, and it is such an honour to receive this nomination, particularly at the moment. The live performance sector has been one of the hardest hit industries by the coronavirus, and it will be some time before we can even begin on our road to recovery. The mental health and well-being of our people at Arts Centre Melbourne, but also of all of those people who work in the live performance industry, is at the heart of the Arts Wellbeing Collective. Mental health is a complex issue at the best of times for our sector, and never more so than now. I believe it's the responsibility of every leader not only to prioritise the mental health and well-being of their teams, but also to interrogate the systems, the processes, the structures, the cultures that make up their organisations and their industry, so we can create environments across every sector where people can do their best work and can live their healthiest and wellest lives. So I'm really thrilled to be nominated for the Australian Mental Health Prize. Thank you so much.
Hello, my name is Jerry Norton, and I'm delighted to have been nominated for this award. I have worked for many years with people with serious mental health issues and their families and carers, supporting them in their recovery journeys. Currently, my work is as the Strategic Advisor on Mental Health for the National Disability Insurance Agency. In this role, I've worked with many mental health consumer organisations, family and carer organisations, and in particular Mental Health Australia, in looking at the challenges in making the NDIS work better for people with psychosocial disability. With these groups, we have been able to put forward a series of recommendations to the disability ministers, that is the Commonwealth, State and Territory disability ministers, who have accepted these recommendations as a basis for an action plan for psychosocial disability in the scheme. This has been a terrific development. The NDIS is such an important initiative for people with psychosocial disability, and it is so important we get this scheme right for current participants and for future generations. For me in this role, I do a lot of listening, I do a lot of stakeholder engagement and a lot of policy development, trying to bring together the various perspectives into workable, practical, achievable policy options for both the agency and for governments at state and territory and Commonwealth levels to consider. I'm proud of the work that I and the NDIA are doing in improving outcomes for people with psychosocial disability. Thanks for listening.
I'm Gordon Parker, an academic psychiatrist at the University of New South Wales, and I've had many privileged positions over the years, including founding the Black Dog Institute. I very much appreciate being nominated for the Australian Mental Health Prize and being one of the finalists. After decades in psychiatry, I suggest that the Dickensian worst of times and best of times reference is currently observable. Worst, COVID has built on some latent societal fracture lines in recent times. We've moved from a "we're all in this together" mantra to a more fragmented refrain. We observe a new psychological condition, state borderline disorder, while COVID-induced isolation has driven a sense of purposelessness, loneliness, anxiety, and for many, despair. Best of times? In the fight against COVID, the media has shown distinct appreciation of the mental health impact, while governments have stepped up and clearly prioritised funding mental health programs. And I continue to be struck by the resilience of so many everyday hero patients with severe mental health problems and for whom the pandemic is so commonly the least of their problems. The existence of the Australian Mental Health Prize ensures that the community is made aware of the many dedicated individuals who contribute in such strikingly differing ways to advance mental health.
Hi, I'm Professor James Ogloff from the Centre for Forensic Behavioural Science at Swinburne University of Technology and Forensic Care. I've dedicated my career to helping people with their mental health, and those engaged in the criminal justice system are among the most disadvantaged in society. It's been said that the degree of civilization in society can be judged by entering its prisons. If Australians entered our prisons, they'd be surprised to see how many people need mental health support. Hundreds of people enter our prisons each day, and as many as 4 out of 10 have serious mental health concerns. Unfortunately, they don't receive the same level of care available in the community. That's changing, and it's been my life's work to help ensure that people in the criminal justice system can have access to vital, high-quality mental health care they need. That's why I'm delighted to have been selected as a finalist for the Australian Mental Health Prize, to be given the opportunity to shed light on an area that's out of sight for most Australians, because everyone deserves recovery, and it also helps improve community safety. Thank you very much.
Hello everyone, my name is Helen Milroy and I'm a Palku woman from the Pilbara region in Western Australia, but I live in the beautiful city of Perth. I'm also the Stan Perrin Professor of Child and Adolescent Psychiatry at the Perth Children's Hospital and the University of Western Australia. I'm somewhat humbled, very excited, but also honoured to be a finalist in this year's National Mental Health Awards. And my congratulations also go out to all of the other finalists for this year. I've always been a really passionate advocate for the mental health and wellbeing of our children, particularly our Aboriginal kids, but really for any child or young person who has had significant adversity or a difficult start in life or suffered significant trauma through their development. In these difficult times that we find ourselves in, I think it's really important to focus on the wellbeing of our children. In fact, I'm hoping that this award, being a finalist in this award, can assist me in doing just that. As a nation, if we want a happy and healthy future, then we need to be focusing on the health and wellbeing of all of our children right now. Thank you.
Hi, I'm John Brogden, the Chairman of Lifeline. It's an incredible honour to be nominated for the Australian Mental Health Prize in 2020. Thank you to those who put my name forward, and thank you to those who have nominated me as a finalist. Whoever wins this prize will understand the significance of good mental health in the year 2020. We've never lived through anything like this, and whilst we've concentrated a lot on the physical health and the threat to physical health here in Australia and around the world, we've also made sure that there's been strong focus on mental health and the mental well-being of Australians. So I couldn't be prouder that as a nation, that at this incredible time of trauma and turmoil, that we've ensured that mental health is on the agenda in the same way that physical health has been on the agenda.
I'm Keith Wilson. I'm a mental health advocate from Western Australia. But more important than who I am is what I do and have tried to do for the past 30 years. That is to be a voice for people with mental illness and their family carers. I've done that by being a family member of someone with a chronic mental illness. I've tried to do it as a State Minister for Health, as Chair of the Mental Health Council of Australia, and through my involvements with various advisory bodies and policy bodies and NGOs. Currently, I'm a Director of Meeting for Minds, a charity which seeks to involve people with lived experience of mental illness as partners in research into the brain and mind, alongside those who do that research as academics and scientists.